Come on, Apache! Click on here to support us on Patreon, or click on here to donate. And thank you. Hello, fellow Starcraft 2 player. Welcome back to another Mech vs. All episode 14. Now, in today's video, I just want to apologize and say that I totally forgot to plug my my microphone onto my computer. So during the time of recording, as I was live streaming, yes, I am live streaming now. But anyway, I was live streaming and talking to myself. No audio recorded of myself talking, but the gameplay audio was recorded, which is good. So I'm going to talk, or should I say voice over this video here of what happened. But if you guys are interested in me live streaming, you guys can go take a look at on the bottom right side of the button Patreon that says support us on Patreon. On top of it, it tells you my my live stream, which is twitch.tv/bboyapache. Again, that will be twitch.tv/bboyapache. And yes, I live stream almost every single day now. I try to, at least. And it'd be nice if you guys can drop by and say hello and support me in live streaming. And it doesn't hurt if you guys help me donate for my live stream, so I can continue doing what I love to do and show you guys the awesome power of Mech. Alright, so in today's video, I'm gonna go ahead and try out a new Mech build order. Mostly I got the idea from Nathania, that Terran Grandmaster that had been doing really well with his YouTube channel and live stream. Basically, it's a build against Protoss. What he does is he drops down a factory and then start pumping out Cyclone and floats his barrack to the opponent's base and uses the Cyclone's long range to snipe down pylon, things like that. I'll show you guys in a bit here. So the build order is this: supply, barrack, refinery, SCV, refinery, and then continue mining. Once the barrack finished, he pops out a Reaper. Now this is not going to be 100% exactly like what Nathaniel did, but it's kind of like my version or what I feel like I need to do. Alright, so basically you keep mining until you have enough for a factory. You drop down your factory next to your barrack, and once your Reaper pops out, you want to go ahead and drop down the tech lab so you can swap your barrack and your factory in the far future, or in the near future, should I say. There goes the awesome switch right there. And my Reaper just gonna go scout and see what the Protoss is doing, see if he's gonna be going for a Stargate, whatever the heck. Let's see here. Now, unfortunately, when my barrack finished, I used my hotkey to lift it up and bring it over here and miss micro my Reaper and totally lost my Reaper with embarrassment. And I was very lucky that the Protoss didn't spot my floating barrack, and it was just going downhill for me. Everything was just going downhill for me, I'll tell you guys that. But for some reason, a miracle happened. So after you pop up your Cyclone and upgrade the Cyclone's damage, you drop down your factory, your second command center. And then once the Cyclone pops out, you want to send out 3 SCV to help repair. Could be 2 if you want to. Here I was able to pick up a Stalker, which is very nice to do. Always nice to whittle down the Protoss army. Alright. Once my first Cyclone pops out, I send out my SCVs to help repair it so it can last longer and do what it needs to do. I dropped down my third because for some reason I feel safe and feel greedy in this game here, so that is why I did that. At this point, it looks like I was gonna win. I remember saying on my live stream, "Oh, it's over for this guy. I just took out his pylon. He can't warp in. He can only warp in one unit. It's game over." That's what I was telling myself. For some reason, I was not even suspecting of like air unit or DTs or something like that. But you guys will see in a moment. Boom, DTs are at my base. What a surprise, right? That's so unfortunate for me. So immediately, my reaction to his DTs are drop down a starport so I can start pumping out Ravens and try to finish up my third command center so I can get orbital out and start scanning and things like that. I immediately sent my my Cyclone back to base to help defend against the DTs there, and as you can see here, he prevented me from getting my starport out. Well, he tried to, which didn't really work. Yep, so my idea of defending against the DTs is just to slowly pick them out with Cyclone and start pumping out water mines to help defend against stalkers and DTs or whatever else that is a threat to my base. And just try to continue mining. Try not to let him deny me from mining, basically. I screw up with my Cyclone there and managed to lose one. I managed to kill 2 DTs with the water mine and the Cyclone, so that's good for me. And I wanted to close my ramp. I don't want any more DTs walking into my base, so it's very important for me to start putting my supply wall there. So I noticed that he was going for my worker down there, so I immediately switched my worker to the other side. And continue producing water mine. Here I was able to spot more reinforcement of DTs. So what I did was scan and pew. Took out 3 DTs with 2 water mine, which is good. Only 2 more DTs to go, right? And since I lost my Cyclone, I had to do what it takes to get rid of the DTs there. Everything was just going downhill for me at this point. Or is it? Because I didn't want him to stop me from mining. I positioned my water mine next to my SCVs so I can continue mining because I really need minerals. Every minerals count. That's what was happening. Unfortunately, the 3 SCV that I sent here, they got killed by the reinforcement DTs. And I saw where his DT were located, so I felt safe to reposition my water mine that was defending my base, so I can take care of the DTs, which I was able to successfully do.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals. Not enough energy.
And at this moment, the only thing that was going through my head was keep popping out water mine and SCVs and just defend. And just watch out for warp prison. That was the only thing that was going through my head. And try to get out a Banshee as quick as possible. The reason I need a Banshee out is because I don't want to be defending all the time. I want to be defending and attacking. I want the Protoss players to focus on defending rather than focus on attacking, because I don't want his mindset to be thinking about an effective attack I want his mindset to be chaotic and confused, and you know, I want to shift his mindset to think of something else. That's the whole purpose of the Banshee. Here he tried to prevent me from mining, so I don't want him to stop me from mining. So I go to my second base and continue mining. Unfortunately, as I desperately try to save my main command center, I wasn't able to do so. More stalkers on the way. Terrible news for me, right? At this point, people would have just left the game, but for some reason I knew I could win this game, and I decided to drop my my second command center since I have the middle to do so. Using 5 SCV to buy time for my water mine, and immediately spotting a DTs I scanned. Do not want the DT to be in my base. So I repositioned my SCV back to the main base and dropped down the second command center there because I need it. Because I need a command center. This whole idea of getting a command center is to keep up with SCV counts and try to keep up with the economy. That's the whole idea. And desperately try to get out a Banshee as fast as possible. Immediately I was able to spot another DTs at my next to my factory. My strategy is to defend with the water mine and mine from the left side of my second expansion while I wait for my water mine to recharge. Now, because I don't have any way of aggroing or controlling the DT to my water mine, my idea is to aggro them. So I scan, lift my command center up, bait the DTs to my water mine, and bam, there we go. Take care of them. So now I don't have to worry about them anymore. So I can continue to mine without any problem. Terrible damage that he had done. But that's the reason why I put down the second expansion, so I can continue producing SCVs. At this point, everything started to calm down. All his attack, his pressure, it has calmed down. So I remember thinking to myself, all right, I feel safe. I can now go ahead and focus on my economy and actually finally get out of Banshee. That's what I was saying to myself. The only thing I have to worry about is Warp Prism. And Void Raids or any air, because any air unit can finish me off really quick. So I try my best to get out of Banshee. Now the mistake the Protoss did here was he's showing me how many stalker he had. So I immediately knew, okay, he is thinking about attacking. So if I were to somehow distract them with my Banshee, it will buy me a lot of time. Also, me able to see his stalker lets me know that, okay, he's still going to continue going for ground. He's not going to go for air or anything like that. And plus, luckily, I still have my barrack over there floating, and that lets me scout for whatever tech that he's going for. And with my barrack, when I was able to scout like that and not see any of his DT tech or anything like that, I immediately thought that, okay, this has got to be a proxy. There's got to be a proxy somewhere. That's what I was telling myself. And to see him warping Stalker lets me know that he's just gonna continue going for ground unit. So I immediately assume that he's gonna be going for more stalker or more ground unit. So my next step is to continue producing siege tank and buy time with the Banshee. So siege tank will help defend against any stalkers, even blink stalker if you position them correctly next to the water mine, things like that. And because I knew he was going for stalker, I felt safe to expand, or not expand, to drop out a third command center. I need a third command center in order to keep up with the worker count. So I saw a bunch of stalker at defending at his second expansion. That immediately made me feel a little bit more safe at base because he's more focused on defending. That's what I wanted him to do. I wanted him to focus on defending. And when I saw his stalker walk downhill, I decided to start poking at his pylon and forge, just to give him that notification that, oh, your base is under attack, so he will focus on my Banshee instead of focusing on attacking. That's the whole idea. Here I was desperately trying to save my barrack. The reason I didn't want to lose my barrack is because if I did lose my barrack, I won't be able to build any more orbital or factory. Fortunately, I was able to save it. It was amazing how my barrack survived all this game. My barrack went across the map twice, came back, and it's still alive. That's how amazing it was for this game. That barrack is the hero. I'll tell you guys that. Now this Protoss player, he did something terrible. He lost a bunch of stalker to 3 water mines and 2 siege tank. That was a terrible trade for him. Wasn't a good trade at all. At this point, when I saw he messed up like that, when I saw he lose that many stalkers, I immediately knew that he was panicking. I immediately knew that he was desperate to try to kill me. So I used that to my advantage to it's like a game mind. It's like a mindset. It's like a mind game at the moment. I'm not sure how to explain it, but if you ever go against, like, let's just say, if you ever went against somebody and you're sure that you can win, but for some reason they defend really well, that immediately makes you fear them or panic and not able to think really well. You know what I'm saying? Basically, what I did against this Protoss is I made him feel, well, I made him. You see, he's messing up. I make him mess up a lot for some reason, and I guess it's all about this, how well you defend it. I mean, look at this. He tried to attack, but couldn't do anything. He lost a war prison, lost a bunch of stalkers, and lost a bunch of zealot. Desperately tried to attack, but he doesn't do anything. He doesn't do anything. Yeah, terrible trade for him. When I scanned, I saw his stalker move to the left side of the map, so that told me that his possible proxy is on the left side of my base. Or top left, middle left, yeah, I should say that. My 2 Banshee are on standby on the top and top right. So if he attacks, I want to force him to fight 2 fronts. By that, the whole idea of fighting 2 fronts is to make him less effective at the main battle, which is my base. More DTs warping in, trying to take me out, but fortunately for me, I already have 3 command center, so that helps me defend against DTs really well. Poking at his probes from Banshee is always a must. It will keep his attention away from the main battle. Right here was one of the worst trade for the Protoss player. He killed a bunch of my Water Mine, but he lost a bunch of Stalkers to my Siege tank. My Water Mines are cheap as well. Here he lost Observer, and just to see how terrible he's doing with his unit management, it just tells me that he was desperate for a kill. He was desperate to try to kill me. And when I sense some sort of desperation from the player, that it just confirms that I'm gonna win in a way. So I saw that I killed all, like, majority of his Stalkers. I immediately thought to myself, alright, I'm gonna go ahead and push, because I don't want him to be going for Void Raids or anything like that. So it's always nice to have a calm mindset. Always nice to have it. I started scanning to see what kind of tech he's going for, but couldn't find it. That alone confirms even more that he has a proxy on the left side. And I only saw 6 Stalkers there, so immediately I decided to push. And push the left side as well. And what do you know, guys? When I pushed to the left side, I was able to see his proxy. I dropped down a second starport because I knew that he was going for air, but unfortunately for him, it was too late. I have already stopped him from producing Tempest. And that was it, guys. That was the GG. One of the greatest comeback as a mech player. Now I hope this video shows you that it is possible to combat with mech, as long as you know what you're doing. But it is also fair to say that I am playing against a league that's not at my against somebody who's not at my level. So it is fair to say that if I were to play against somebody equally skilled as me, I think I would have lost. Or better, I would have lost. Maybe, I don't know. There's no way of knowing. But that is it for episode 14, guys. That has been Mech versus All. Yeah, guys. Don't forget, if you want to watch me live stream, go to twitch.tv/BBoyApache. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to support me on Patreon or donate. It really helps me continue producing Starcraft videos for you guys and do what I love to do. Alright, that is it for today's video, guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.